Hey, hi everyone. So, welcome back to the channel. And so, today we are going to talk about why web dev. So, this is a big question. Is today a web developer career is the career you should pursue or not? Like, we should, as a coder, we should learn very much specific to a web developer or mobile development, app development, like that, desktop development, or you can say like you should be an AIML engineer or whatever. So from let's see the bigger perspective. Okay, we will discuss about these things in the bigger perspective and how things really work in real world and why this web dev, app dev, or you can say any type of software building is required in day-to-day world, right? So the major question is why we need to build a software. Why we need to build a software? Simple reason, because if I have an idea and I want to digitalize it, right? I need certain kind of medium, and that medium can be a website, app, mobile app, or you can say something like desktop app. But this is not much preferable, the desktop app thing, for an initial business, as long as it is desktop oriented thing, right? So in desktop, you can say Windows app or MacBook app. Okay, something like this. If I have written MacBook correctly, yes, I guess, yeah. So we have an idea, we need to digitalize it so that the idea can be scaled up with much and more audience we can have, right? Now think like this. For building a website, we need to either get a team for our company, and we have to pay that team, of course, a developer team. So we have to hire a developer team that needs a front end engineer, back end engineer, team lead, which should be an experienced one, and UI UX engineer. So 5 to 6 people around. Okay, either for making website development, mobile development, desktop app, whatever you can say. This is the minimum, bare minimum. Okay, or what you can do is rather hiring or making up your own team of developers, you can, or coders, you can do also, you can reach a what to say, a service based company who actually gives a service and make a software for your business idea, correct? Now think like this. While making a website, the same website, okay, so so suppose we have made a website with certain x.com. Okay, so let's give it a domain. Okay, xy.com, write it properly, xy.com. Okay, now this domain, this website can we can open this in either either of the phones, like Android or Apple phone, or whatever you can say, right? So the website is not constrained. Okay, so the website is not at all constrained with either it's a Android phone or it's an Apple phone. Yes, there are situations in which we have to handle the website's functionalities and certain criterias, that it is going to work in this way into the Android part, and it is going to the to work in a around any other way into the Apple phone. Okay, and the same website can be opened up in your desktops also. Okay, so you have to just build a website, and that website can be opened within all the domains. Now coming to the mobile app, so this is a wholesome different domain, the mobile app, right? The mobile app is like we have to make either Java. You have to either choose Java, which is quite what to say, quite famous, and or there is one more thing, something like Swift coding or like that for Apple phone. Okay, so each phone has their separate way of making apps. Why? Because in Android apps you don't have much what to say your security, but in the Android Apple phone they have certain kind of way and they have securities. Okay, so for each, like in the Android we follow Google, so Google has certain criteria, Android has certain criteria, we have to follow them and make a app. Other thing is you will have to make another app for the Apple version, so those are different. You have to give two times money for making mobile app. So here you have to pay two times, right, for an Android and for an Apple, assuming. Okay, because most of the criteria are only covered with these two only, for an Android and for an Apple. Now this desktop part I am not going to handle it right now. I am not going to discuss about this right now. Why? Because of course if for our normal businesses to grow, we need generally either mobile app or website. We don't need a desktop app generally to grow, first of all. Okay, so if you will check today's business, at I think 60 to 70% of 60% of the business, normal businesses, they for them the desktop as apps and generally doesn't exist. Okay, now coming to the website and mobile part. Why website or why mobile part? Okay, so from my side, if you are thinking about the career position and thinking like okay, I need a first job, a very quick job from my side. So I will today also I will prefer website, not mobile app. Yeah, it's true that websites are quite easily makeable from the AI thing, but let me tell you very frankly, that's a myth. If you will tell that the whole industry based app can be made by an AI, no, it's not true. Yes, specifically it's true. Why? Because certain codes or the codes, general codes, can be written from AI, and that's of course a production grade, but the whole engineering should be done from an engineer, from a professional. Okay, so AI will not be able to build that like that. Now, why website? Because of course you need to pay for one time, right? You need to pay for one time. Either you are making a developer team, or you are making a or you are asking an organization to make a software. So if you are going for a website, for if you are going for a website and you have a developer team, so for the website, the same developer team just handling the some criterias for Apple phones or Android phones and something like that, they can handle it properly, right? But if you are going for the mobile app, think like this. Now you have to you have to make two separate teams, for an Android another one, for an Apple another one. This is for the front end side. Okay, I don't know about Apple thing, but from backend side of Android, we generally have a backend engineer which can generally not a backend engineer but a backend team which can handle everything, the website one also and the Android one. So their backend things are mostly same. But for Apple, I don't know, because of course they are quite safe. So there may be some cases that they handle it with some other flows too. Okay, but generally you have to keep two teams, Android and Apple, different one for designing and making of the apps. Okay, now if you are going for an organization, service-based organization, so they will generally prefer you first the website. Why? Because of course, in the website part, they will take a team, make a website and deploy it. But in the mobile app part, they will have to give you a two team, okay, Android and Apple, and they will charge you separately for them. So think like this. Even there is an era of an AI taking over the charge, but with some tools and everything, but still we need a website developer. Either you are doing it traditionally or you are doing it with an AI. Okay, we need websites for our businesses. Okay, so think like this, think logically. If you want a career in website development, then it's a huge career, it's a long way career. Don't fear with this rumors going around that web dev is finished, web dev is finished. No, it's not, because I am a web developer. I know I have provided by my company office the paid AIs, but they won't have able to handle the big repos like that. industry based repos. So don't fear much and go ahead in your life. Thank you.